watching BBC Spotlight. First this evening, the Health Trust, which runs Yeovil Hospital, is among those under scrutiny in the damning national review into maternity care. Yeovil closed most of its maternity services last May over safety concerns, but says it's safe to reopen in April. Matthew Hill has been speaking to one mother who gave birth there. Just to warn you, his report is upsetting and at times difficult to watch.
Sometimes you could feel his hand squeeze. My mum used to say, oh, I felt him squeeze my finger.
Maggie's son Keegan was born at Yeovil in 2016. He died shortly afterwards. Time has not healed what happened.
I still live with it every day. Even when my daughter sleeps, I still look in on her, and sometimes she looks like the day Keegan did. So it's like reliving that every day and making sure she's safe.
At 37 weeks, Maggie went into hospital because Keegan wasn't moving.
So I knew something was wrong. They popped my waters and they noticed that the meconium was in the waters, and it wasn't just a little bit, it was loads.
Meconium means the baby may be distressed. That can be down to a lack of oxygen or infection.
But the consultant said leave me for 2 hours to see if I dilate anymore. Got put for emergency C-section. And then I just remember coming back, waking up and asking where my baby was.
Keegan survived 2 days before doctors advised Maggie to let him go.
And then they took him off the tube while he was in my arms. And he passed away in my arms. I was numb. Yep, there's his little feet and handprint.
Yeovil eventually apologised, saying Keegan's death could have been avoided if they'd arranged a C-section earlier or induced Maggie differently.
I don't think I was cared for that much. It just felt like they just wanted me in and out. And I felt like they were just treating me like I was a druggie or just a typical young, like, scruffy parent. They've admitted it, which is good, but yeah, it shouldn't have happened in the first place.
Yeovil have apologised to anyone they let down and said they're listening and taking action, including employing 5 new paediatric consultants. They plan to reopen maternity services in April.
Matthew Hill with that report there. A former NHS investigator says maternity services at Yeovil Hospital may not have closed if she'd been listened to. Amanda Ford worked for Healthcare Safety Investigation Branch, or HSIB, and says she found appalling maternity care and defensiveness at Yeovil and a lack of challenge by her own organisation.
I heard about Yeovil closing. It was another validation for my case.
Do you think HSIB is fit for purpose?
No, I don't. I don't think they got it. And if that was happening in Yeovil, where else was it happening in the country?
HSIB no longer exists and its successors declined to comment. Yeovil apologised and said it strives for an open, safe culture. Next tonight, the first full operational UK geothermal electricity plant has gone live at United Downs near Redruth in Cornwall. After nearly 2 decades in development, it's now producing power for the national grid, thanks to the deepest onshore well in the country. Tamsin Melville reports.
It's all systems go at United Downs. After technical and financial challenges over many years, a new type of renewable energy is now available, using hot water from underground.
Boreholes have been drilled deep into the Cornish granite below here. 5 kilometres down for this well, 2 kilometres down for this well. The temperatures down there reach up to 200 degrees Celsius, and that's enough to power electricity.
The man who has steered the project says the impact can't be underestimated, with 2 other Cornish sites in the pipeline.
So for us, it's really the beginning of the next stage of our development across Cornwall. But I think it won't just be us, and it won't just be Cornwall. At some point in time, we didn't have any wind turbines in the UK, not one. It takes one person to do one thing before you start to trigger a whole industry.
Today, though, there's time to reflect on the journey to get to today's switch on. Lord Robin Teverson was an MEP when he first got involved.
There were times, I'm sure, when they thought, will this really happen? It has. It's shown that persistence really can work, and something that's important for Cornwall and for green energy can really happen when we want it to, when there's that determination.
The power generated, enough for up to 10,000 homes, has been sold to Octopus Energy. And there's a bonus as the site is also able to generate lithium carbonate, crucial for electric car batteries. Tamsin Melville, BBC Spotlight.
Let's get a look at the weather now. Here's David with the details.
Thank you, Eve. Good evening. We have a bit of a wet night to contend with tonight, quite breezy at times too. And by the morning, we have a legacy of lots of cloud around, quite misty conditions, a fair amount of low cloud, and there'll be some showers around. Briefly some sunny spells, but some of the showers that turn up in the afternoon could well be quite heavy. It's an area of low pressure that becomes quite slow moving as it moves towards the central part of Britain during the course of the day, and this line of showers that follows could well give some quite hefty downpours. So lots of cloud overnight tonight, relatively mild conditions, outbreaks of rain petering out a little bit by dawn tomorrow morning, but not many holes in the cloud. They'll quickly fill in with mist and low cloud if we do see any. A mild night, 10 or 11 degrees, also quite breezy for a time. Those winds will drop during the course of the day, change direction, briefly some sunny spells, but also some lines of showers developing. Some of those could be quite heavy through the afternoon, and a maximum temperature of 12 or 13. Bye for now.
That's it from us this evening. Bye-bye.